It's episode 3, man. Episode 3, man. A lot of people told me that these stories are way too long, man. I need to shorten them up, put them into clips, or do chapters or something. You feel me? So I try to figure out a way to just give it to you. You guys could digest it. Still give you the essence of the story. You know what I mean? But showing it up to where you can, catch it real quick and go about your business. It's 2026. People ain't got 35 minutes, 40 minutes. We sitting for no story time. So, but y'all bear with me though, man. I'm just learning as I go, man. But I want to talk about, on episode 3, I want to talk about how you can tell if a man is on a DL, if a man is gay, if a man is leaning towards that way. You feel me? Because if you're paying attention, I don't know if you're paying attention, but Boston Richie just got exposed, yesterday, a couple of days ago for being gay or liking backdoory activities, or he got the dildo, she got the dildo, and she put it in his butt and all this type of stuff, and she got the receipts and everything. And I just be surprised if people shocked by this stuff, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I could have told you a nigga that's 33 dating a 18, 17, 19, 16-year-old gang wasn't really right in the eat, and that's probably where he's already at. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you guys the three ways you can tell if a man is gay down low, or in the backdoor of your community, man. While he's playing in your face too. This mainly for the ladies, man. You feel what I'm saying? But man, you can digest this too. But it's for ladies. It's 3 signs you can tell if your man is gay, down low, part of the community, man. Number 1, hypersexuality, man. Any nigga that's just constantly just sex, think about sex all day, watching Instagram all day, on porno all day long. You at work, you talking about the bitches. You at the gym, you talking about the bitches. You at the goddamn park, you talking about the bitches all day. Like, that's a nigga that's hypersexual. That's all he think about. That's all he care about. That's all he think about. That's all he processing all day. So as soon as like he probably already gone. If a nigga like that is probably already watching crazy shit in the background anyways, where niggas ain't watching. But as soon as ain't no women around, as soon as they get that opportunity, or there's a boy that looks decent enough or whatever, they the first ones gonna take the opportunity. Because being hypersexual, it doesn't discriminate. You know what I mean? Like, they'll go with the women because it looks better. They'll do that for as long as they can. You feel what I'm saying? But nothing's gonna stop that hypersexuality. You feel me? Number 2, man, is a serial cheater, man. Any nigga, ladies, especially, you got a boyfriend, a husband, any nigga that just constantly cheating, nigga can't stop cheating on you and shit like that. That nigga, he's backdooria, he's part of your community. One thing I learned in prison a lot too, with a lot of these niggas that be just cheating and can't, like, you got a girlfriend at home, but you gotta go fuck that bitch and go fuck that bitch. They be the first niggas, gang. I be in penitentiary, man, and I swear to God, there was a young nigga, and it kind of broke my heart too, man, because like, there was a young nigga, he 22, he from Chicago, and he tattoos all over his face, look like swaggy nigga. You see this nigga on the street, gang, all you hoes will go crazy. You'll lose your top. You feel what I'm saying? And man, ain't he 22? Man, he and that motherfucker just boyfriend, like in this motherfucker, he ain't tripping. You heard me? Like, he'll stab you about this shit here. And 22, like, don't have no shame or nothing. Like, because a lot of them feel too. I mean, in the penitentiary, I will say a lot of them feel they don't know us for real. They'll go back to their city and act like they ain't never met us or nothing. They don't even know us. You know what I mean? So, but I've seen a lot of men, man. A lot of men, they be fucking and constantly cheating on their hoes outside. And I bring up that Chicago, man, because that nigga had a girlfriend, right? He had a girlfriend that was constantly texting him, right? She would message him, and she kind of already, that would say, ladies, if you already have an inkling, you most likely right. You feel what I'm saying? She was messaging us in prison, right? She in the penitentiary messaging this nigga on the computer. And he showed us this because we know he gay. We know he fucking with boys, but his girlfriend don't know that. So, but she messaged him like, hey man, are you messing with boys in there? Because I don't know what's going on with you, but it's just something's going on, man. I feel like you're sleeping with guys in there, or you're doing some weird stuff. When he showed us that message, he laughing about it, this shit. A nigga that mess with boys and shit don't care too much about nothing. So he's showing us and he laughing about this shit. But I'm looking like, bro, your girlfriend probably already knew from you, probably outside in the streets, she already kind of seen certain things and shit like that. And then now she no, because like I said, he like this with his punk. So I'm sure his girlfriend found out because he the type, he got the punk picture in his cell. Everybody can walk and see. So anyways, that's number two is serial cheaters, niggas that constantly like gotta be fucking bitches, gotta be they gotta go to the club Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then they gotta go next week, they gotta go yesterday, they gotta go next month, like, and they always gotta pick up a bitch when they go to the club, like, and I watch out for that too when I go out with niggas and shit like that. If you gotta pick up a bitch every time we go out, like, you gotta have a bitch by the end of the night, gang. I'm watching out for you, gang, or I probably ain't gonna hang with you no more because I already know that's all that shit is just a lot of niggas just ain't got there yet. It's just shit they struggling with. But number three, I'm at number three. Number three is a man, dog, that's 31, 32, 33, 34, 40, whatever. That's dating 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old. All that shit, and they try to tell you that the age gap, because it's legal and all that shit. I'm not going for it, man. I mean, I have no problem. I don't judge nobody for it. But in my experiences, in my life, and from what I've seen, most of the men that do stuff like that are 30, all my big homies, I should say all my big homies. Like, I had a bunch of big homies that was doing that, gang. But the big homies that I seen that did stuff like that was always the ones that we hear end up back in the penitentiary and they got whole boyfriends or their girls now. You know, they walk around with their little, you know, they doing their little shit. So, but men that constantly like they want to date the 19, 20, 21-year-old and shit like that, that's a big red flag. Because a lot of the reason too is they want to be able to dominate them. They want to be able to, if a 33-year-old is telling an 18-year-old girl, 19-year-old girl, 20-year-old girl, hey, man, just like the Boss Richie shit. If he telling this little girl, man, put this dildo on my ass and shit, he not telling her, man, I'm a punk, put this dildo on my butt. He telling like, nah, man, this what niggas do, man. You know, I'm a street nigga, man, and man, it's just, you know, sometimes, man, this what we like to do and shit like that. You can get that off on a 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old girl, some shit like that. And you're 35 because she's looking at you like you got the life experiences. She's looking at you like you got the life experiences. You feel what I'm saying? And so if you're telling her, I already, man, this is what I do, because ain't no nigga just finna say, oh man, I'm weird and I'm gay. Just please do it. No. Hey man, yeah, this is what niggas do, man. Bro, a bunch of niggas do is real. They might tell you real niggas do this, what they do. And it's manipulation and try to control you for it. And you know, trying to get you to go along with it, and then you accept it. You know, a lot of niggas that's in those kind of relationships, those young girls is doing those kind of things with them, thinking it's acceptable. Playing, you know, like I'm sure the Tatiana, that girl, was doing that shit with Bossy Richie and everything was all fine until she pissed him off. I mean, she knew it was weird, but as a girl, she was just thinking, I'm trying to please my girlfriend. One of the videos she put out, she said, I'm just trying to please I gotta please my man again, and he had a dildo on his face. And I'm like, yeah, because he didn't trick her into thinking, man, that's just how you please real niggas. That's just how you please street niggas. That's just how you please rappers or whatever. So that, man, grown ass, and you know, and when they be beating them up all the time, all that beating them up all the time and shit like that too. They got the young bitch, they controlling them and beating them up all the time and shit. They backdooring, man. Man. So anyways, those are the 3 signs, man. I'm gonna cut it right there, man, because like I said at the beginning, man, I don't want to make them too long, man, but I don't know if I should add more detail. Y'all just let me know, man. Y'all let me know if I should add more details, if I should talk about certain things and shit, man, or if this is good enough, man. But I thank y'all for showing up, man. Episode 3, man.